Good afternoon, everyone. It's, 4:30 or so in the afternoon. This is Eastern Standard Time now in Toronto. We're off of Daylight Savings Time. And I wanted to do something that I haven't done for a long time, which is just to do a simple ETM scan using my external antenna, which is an MLA 30+, which is connected here to this Tecsun PL330 radio. And let's get that started, and then I'll talk a little bit about what's going on. So I've been really busy this fall, and that means I haven't had very much time to play with radios or make videos for this channel for that matter. And what I want to really talk about here is just how good this radio is for this kind of purpose. It's better than the SDR, which I have been using a lot previously, or even some more complicated radios like the ATS 909X2, which is my usual shortwave radio. And that's, of course, because of the ETM scan. You can see it's counting up the number of signals that's found. Now, a lot of these will not be. This is 4:30. This is a weird time of day. I'm just making this video because I've got time to do it now. But let's see what it finds. Let's see, maybe on the computer behind here, I'll open up the scheduler. I didn't think to get the keyboard out, so we'll, run that back out here so that I can look up any stations that I can't identify. We won't get, it's saying 26, but we won't get a whole lot now. We'll get mainly American broadcasters. We should pick up some of the stronger European stuff is going to start to be coming in pretty well, because of course it's now dark between most of the way from Europe to North America, and that is helpful in terms of getting in European stuff. So I'm not, as I said, I haven't been spending very much time listening to shortwave lately. I did try this a little earlier this afternoon. I think it might actually be a pretty good day. So we'll just give this another minute here. We're getting there. The PL330 scans relatively fast. There are, this now is radio's been out for a long time. I bought this when it was still the latest, greatest. I still think this is a fantastic deal. You get acceptable single sideband performance. The sync function, which I've demonstrated here, is not really that useful. Okay, so 35 channels. We'll turn that down. I don't expect to actually hear anything here. I should say a couple of things if you haven't, well, since I haven't done one of these, most people who are watching this probably haven't heard this. So to do an ETM scan on this radio, you just hold down the ETM button, and it will then scan through, if you're in shortwave mode, all the shortwave bands and find as many signals as it can. This is great if you're in the situation like I am, where I haven't been playing around with shortwave very much, and I've forgotten what's available most of the time at various times of day. If you listen to a lot, you just know where to look for signals. But I'm kind of out of that mindset right now. So turn up the volume a little bit. Don't expect to let's see what that is. That's most likely Voice of Turkey. Most likely. There's something there. So this is CFRX Toronto. I'm in Toronto. This, oddly enough, doesn't come in the city terribly well. This is a rebroadcast of CFRB, which is a medium wave station here. This is WBCQ from Monticello, most likely. This is WINB. I'm not sure where this is broadcast from, somewhere on the East Coast.
Sisters in Mary's womb. And Luke does the same thing in Luke chapter 1.
And this, of course, is going to be WBCQ from Monticello.
Of how she was going to get pregnant.
Again, religious broadcasters out of the U.S. mainly, so far. And this is WWCR from Nashville. This usually comes in quite strongly in the Toronto area.
They're going to try their best.
Now, you can hear that coming in and out. That suggests it's coming from farther away. So this is Radio Romania from Romania in English. I don't know if you caught that. Us Romanians. The signal to noise is pretty good. I'm not sure what this is. Let's look it up. Oh, this is Radio France International from Iselden, France. Not terribly understandable. This time signal from Colorado. So this might be from Madagascar. I don't know this. Mahajanga, that's Madagascar, I think. That's pretty good distance, if that's correct. This is probably Radio Nacional de Amazonia, so this is from Brasilia. This is a fairly common evening capture here in Toronto. I believe Radio China is also on this, and I think that they've eventually come in on Cuba on top of this, from Cuba, on this signal. I mean, although probably nothing's coming from Cuba right now, I believe the power outages have knocked out their transmitters. So this is Radio Marty. We should hear this in a couple of different places. This is broadcast presumably aimed towards Cuba. This is out of Greenville. Sometimes they broadcast from other locations. And there we go again, right? Same broadcast. There's something there, but I don't get it. My listing suggested this is China radio broadcast site.
We shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days.
This is the Overcomer, I think. No, WWCR from Nashville. Oh, there is something there. Oh, this might be WRMI, but this 15K is closing out as it starts to get dark outside.
Doctrine, political, executive, judicial, congressional, parliamentary, dictatorship system can save you.
So WWCR from Nashville.
Through Jesus the Christ.
There's a signal there, but I can't really hear it. And that's it. So you can see how an ETM scan with a radio like this, coupled with, you know, any one of the online databases that have shortwave schedules or downloaded from, you know, the multiple sources, and people have different preferences as to which sites they use. I've been using shortwaveinfo.info, so short-wave.info today, but that probably isn't my favorite, but it's just the first one that I typed in. But so you can see even at 4:30 on an afternoon, which starts to get into an interesting time, we're starting to get European stuff is coming in fairly strongly. We're getting a little bit from Madagascar, so Africa. We're getting some pretty decent captures using the little Tecsun and the MLA 30 plus antenna. I'm in the city. There's a fair amount of noise both in this room and around me, so you're never going to get the kind of clean signals that you would if you lived, you know, even in the suburbs around here. But we make do with the locations we have. Again, right, something like this using the ETM scan, which I'll run it again just so with the in the background so you can see. Just hold down the ETM button. Oh, there we go. And it'll start scanning and load it into. There are different ETM scan systems on different models of Tecsun, so I've gotten into that with other videos. But it's just like it's so pleasant to use these sorts of scans when you've been out of listening to shortwave for a while, because, you know, oh, what's open? What have I got? It just like it very quickly gets you to that position, whereas with other radios, that's a little bit less convenient. So I've moved the PL330 that usually lives on a shelf. I've moved it onto my desk and plugged it into the antenna so that I can quickly just scan through and see if there's anything that I'm interested in looking at. All right, hope this video was interesting. As a fairly mundane topic, but something I haven't talked about for a long time. Thanks for watching.